Welcome to Olivia's Money Show. I am Olivia. Who dat? That's me. I am a money coach. This is Olivia's Money Show. It is all about financial education because I want as many people as possible to feel wonderful about their money, to feel that money is something that brings them confidence. So, who are my clients? My clients are entrepreneurs. They are single people who want to feel differently about money, who want to shift something inside of them. They are people with families. They are artists. They are business owners, freelancers, a lot of freelancers. They are the CFO of their families. Sometimes that's really exciting for clients to hear for the first time, whether they are single or they're a family that has a bunch of different businesses that keep them going, and they can feel really overwhelmed with the bills and the potentially annoying tasks that can come along with managing your money. They, I invite them to think of themselves as the chief financial officers of their lives or of their families. So all my clients are officially CFOs, and that's how I am inviting you to think of yourself from now on and to really wear that CFO your hot hat about the responsibility that it is to take care of money, and that there are reasons that you might feel overwhelmed and worried, and to give yourself that cover, that understanding, to acknowledge that, because then that's a starting place from which you can move forward. So, who am I? It's Olivia's Money Show. You know what a show is, you know what money is. Now you know, or about to know, what I is. I did study economics at Vassar College, but much more importantly to me, I studied with a lot of the money gurus and women who have been in the forefront of really empowering people about money. I had been running self-empowerment programs for, it's 2022, so for over 8 years now. And I've been focusing my coaching on money and financial recovery since 2018. I'm a certified financial recovery counselor trained by Karen McCall and Michael Ann Volterra. So who are my clients? Clients are people who come to me usually because they're worried about money. This worry takes a bunch of different forms. They come to me because they they worry they don't have enough, or they're worried that they never will have enough. They come to me when they are just making it, and they know if something pops up, they will be totally stuck. And they've been there before and they don't want to go back, and they want a new system to make sure that that doesn't happen. Other clients come to me when they are making more than they ever have, and they're either worried that the flow will stop, it happened mysteriously, making more than ever, and they're worried that they'll mess it up, that they won't save the right amount for retirement, or they won't create their savings account, that they'll just spend it all. So regardless of how much money you're dealing with, worry's got a great way of really stepping in and being loud and proud. So what forms does your worry take? A lot of people, they have tightness in their chest. A lot of people, they feel, they can tell in their digestion. Oh, there is a comment. It's hard to see where the comments are. I'm going to start to figure that out. What are other ways that, oh yeah. Yes, I'm live now. What are other ways that worry takes shape for you? Then does it wake you up in the middle of the night? Does it keep you up? You can't even fall asleep. Do you get waves of overwhelm? Do you have a general low-grade anxiety level of overwhelm? And then what's the impact of having that worry? If it is this general feeling, it's hard to have fun and enjoy your life. But there are real concrete consequences to this worry too, of how it impacts your confidence in money. When you're worried about money, you make less than ideal choices, not your best choices. You often, people who are worried about money put off tasks, even not even opening bills, or they put off paying credit cards. They put something on a credit card and they promise themselves they're going to pay it all off this month. If you're worried about money, it's really easy to then say, well, I don't know what's coming down the pipeline. I'm worried it won't be enough. I don't know what I'll have at the end of the month. And then they end up putting off making that credit card payment. Some people even put off worrying about money. It'll be fine, it'll be fine, I'm not thinking about it, until then it ends up being pretty late to make new choices. And sometimes that ends up going down the path of the credit card balances are building up because you're too worried about dealing with them, creditors, and a lot of other consequences that way. In general, though, worry about money is usually correlated to just this feeling of tightness, and that does not feel good, and tightening their spending. And close to 100% of my clients, I would say, are, when they come to me, they're feeling how much money they're spending and how much money they have, rather than knowing what they're spending. And that clarity, what I see with clients is, without that clarity, most clients are actually universally worried about the wrong part of their money picture, not the wrong part, the part that's not going to help them move forward right now. Some examples of this are if a family is really working on the bare minimum, they're just meeting their bills, paying for housing, food, necessities, and they have this feeling like they really have to put energy into tightening their belt and working towards saving. That person's work is really likely going to be most helpful to start on the income side. It takes a lot of energy to save money. And so if I were working with that person, I would say, okay, how can we use some of this energy to look at the income plan? Now, of course, a lot of people say, well, if I could make more money, I would be. So I can't, obviously, because I'm not. Oh, I liked all those contraction words together. But we get an actual number to start with. We look for what is the smallest increase you could make in your income that would actually make a difference in your day to day or your month to month. Other clients, other examples of having sort of the worry goggles magnifying on a topic that's not going to help them so much is when clients are making more money. Where is that money going? Are they just barely breaking even? So in that case, but they don't know where the money is going. Their focus has been on amassing money, but they're spending it all. They don't know what's happening. And so depending on that person's priorities, we might focus on making sure retirement contributions are being made, or we would get clear on what value their spending is giving them, what their purchases, how that relates to the value they're receiving from the money going out. So to look at that balance of how that flow is working for them, for that individual or that business. And it's a process. It's not one and done. Here's your cookie cutter budget. Goodbye. You're set now. I fixed you. It's a process. There are a lot of tools to help you get those numbers in the actual picture. Those tools, some of them give a lot of information, not necessarily giving clarity, and it's clarity that really dissolves worry. And that's the practice, is to step by step gain more and more little iotas of clarity. Because with that focus of clarity, accountability, it doesn't have to be with a money coach. It can be with another business owner you know, or another artist who really, you know, they are excited, jazzed about changing how they're dealing with money. You've heard them talk about, oh, again, I don't, I put this on my credit card again, or, oh, I can't go do this show because I don't have enough funds to start it up. Anyone that you can find to talk to about money, that is always, I will always be your cheerleader. More transparency about money, the better, I believe. So accountability can be from anyone. It can be from a partner, a friend, a coworker, anything like that. Because when you have that accountability mixed with clarity and focusing on clarity, that is when worry subsides. People need that clarity to go from worry to calm. That's the direction that we want to go to. Ooh, alchemize. That's the word I always like to use when I remember. Clarity alchemizes worry into confidence and hope and calm. And a lot of my clients have experienced this. I don't want to share any of their numbers, but I can share some of my numbers and my husband's. He and I have been managing our finances together for more than 10 years. Wow. And so we make a plan for each month, we make a plan for the year, and we'd get to, okay, sometimes we'd get to February before having the annual plan. There are a lot of pieces that have to get into place. So my clients always hear, we're going to start in December, and it's okay if we don't have the full picture for a few weeks. That's fine. Always honest, always transparent. So say we get to the beginning of February and we go, okay, we've got this awesome plan. It is going to meet all our needs. We have all these fun things sprinkled in that juice us up, that keep us alive, happy to be alive. And we're $26,000 short. So in the beginning, we'd get to that number. It was not a number like that in the beginning. Sometimes it was, we're $280 short this month, and it would be a huge freak out. Now we have become empowered by knowing these numbers. And so in this case, if we hear $26,000 short, we nod. That's a chunk of money. But we have empowered ourselves to know, all right, that's something we can work with. It's not, this is impossible. This is not going to work. It is, we have been through this before. It has always worked out. We're still here. We're not in debtor's prison, which, thank goodness, have abolished debtor's prisons thanks to, oh, never mind. That was a very bloody rebellion thingy over there nearby. I could ride my bike to it. Why do I keep talking about it? I'm not talking about that. No debtor's prison. I'm talking about when you know what number you're looking for, then you can keep your eyes and your heart out for opportunities. There may have been things that we said no to that now we go, oh, let's call those people back. Maybe that could help us get closer to what we need. That clarity, have I said clarity 73 times yet? That's my goal for the night. Is that clarity is what helps us develop trust. And that's the direction away from worry, of trusting yourself and trusting money. I will say this over and over and over again. You are in a relationship with money. You are going to be in a relationship with money until the day when you take your last breath. Whether you like money, whether you don't like money, whether you don't want to like money, whether you want to like money or you want to like money, any of those permutations, there is money in your life. You're at least, you know, when there's chemistry between you and someone else, people walking around are like, oh, that person, they've got something going on with money for sure. It's obvious. You're dating. If nothing else, if you're not in a relationship, you're dating money. They're there. So if your heart, I'll get back to that. If you really don't want to live in this world with money, and you have a Forrest Gump drive to walk to Utah and live in a cave and eat rattlesnakes, and anything that you can't find around your cave, you make sandals out of rattlesnakes and you trade those, and that's the thing that you choose to represent value, then go with Utah, and I would support you if that's truly your drive. Until then, you are in a relationship with money. And in any relationship, if one of those partners gets all tense and weird, then the other partner can feel it, right? And so you can go on all day about how money has done you wrong and money is never there for you when you need it. But I am here to say, money is just over there being money, doing money's job, being money. Yes, there are some people who have, in history of the world, maybe in the history of your life, who have used money as a tool that hurts people, but you are in your own relationship with money. And any of the baggage you're carrying around about money is your baggage. Money is just, in some countries, really pretty woven threads that we agree represent something. Money just wants to be your friend. Money wants to come play with you. And then money wants to bring more money and come play with you. Money likes it when you have more money because you get to do more things with money when you have more money. I also like it when you have more money. Trust is that leap between worry and confidence. And then trust gets developed too as you have more confidence. But no one wants to be in a relationship where there is not trust. So I invite you to not only trust money, but to trust yourself and the momentum that you can give yourself by taking one clarity step. It's continual work. That it's continual work to even want to feel open and expansive about money. That might be a topic going forward in the future of a really whole maybe generation and a half. I'd have to look at the years, but of really not wanting to even like money or think about money. So it's a huge step already to say, I want to talk about money or think about money or feel expansive about money. And it likely will not shift your entire relationship to money in a month or a couple of months. But that is a pretty cool place to start, whether it's with money or with someone you're in a relationship with, to just state out there, I want to feel open and expansive about money, because that is, along with clarity, the antidote to worrying about money is breathing and feeling more open. So what are some concrete action things that you can do to help move the needle away from worry? Because even as you start to get clear, worry is very used to knocking on the window at night and waking you up. And it takes a while to retrain yourself from worry toward clarity. So some concrete action steps you can take towards clarity. There's likely one thing you've been avoiding with your finances. If you can think of one, please share it. If you cannot think of anything you've been avoiding with your finances, then please come to the Berkshires and be part of my Effective People with Money series, where I've been interviewing and writing about people. You can come to the beautiful Berkshire Mountains. We can go hiking. Oh, we could have a hiking episode. Okay, so that's if you cannot think of a single thing that you've been avoiding with finances. But it could be, yes, savings is something that people really start to feel tight about, and then they feel overwhelmed and they're not sure what to do. So a small step there could be to just look at what is in a savings account that you have right now. If you have 16 different savings accounts, because one is for this vacation with your daughter and one is for roof repairs and one is for that, then write down 16 numbers, get that kind of clarity of every single account. If you don't have an account, open one. You could open it with $7 if that is what feels possible to you right now. That is one concrete step that helps you move in this direction. I don't know why worry, I'm sure, oh, I bet this is very Ayurvedic, that worry's here on my right shoulder and confidence and calm and openness and giving is forwards and to the left. Yes, definitely very Ayurvedic. What are other concrete things or areas where you feel tight, concrete things you could do? Those, if you use credit cards or even if you don't, the cool online bank services where they give the pie chart of where your spending is going. They have, I don't subscribe. There are some people who really talk about, well, this percentage should be going towards housing, this towards food, and then you'll be set for life, done, done, done. We're all cookies that are baked out of the same cookie cutter. I don't believe that. But if you have no idea where your money is going, that's likely a source of worry for you. And just seeing those percentages will start to paint a picture. If you do have sort of a sense, or once you look at that and you see what areas your spending is going towards, if it's a credit card, probably won't show housing, but maybe your checking account would. Then you can start to feel in, well, which of these areas are you most satisfied with? Are you spending so much on a mortgage or rent and you don't really like your house? Or are you spending so much on groceries and half the food is rotting in your fridge? So that's another next level of clarity you can start to get of what is your spending getting you. Tiny things. What other tiny things? Do you know how much cash is in your wallet? Literally, when we finish this live, go count how much cash is in your wallet. Or if you are one of those people stashed all around your house, if you are one of those people, I see you, I am related to you. Find out, yeah, literally how much cash you could touch in the next 40 minutes if you set your mind to it. If you haven't done your taxes yet, I'm not going to say go do your taxes tonight, although why not? I mean, plenty of reasons why. Feeling overwhelmed and worry is a good reason. But if you are an artist or freelancer, getting all your W-2s or W-9s in one place. So each of these actions is one more step away from the direction of worry. And I know I keep saying this over and over again. It is a process. It's growth, and it's not necessarily direct, and you can be taking action steps and start creating plans. The really important thing is that when you're creating plans, that you're touching it repeatedly, and so you start to get clarity on how it's going. Even when you're moving in this direction, worry comes and knocks on the window again, and it's not one and done. I know, I think I said that already, but it's a process that the more you share with somebody else what's happening with you on this process, the more you're going to get out of it, and the more you're going to keep getting past those nights where worry's coming and knocking again. I want to leave you with one more thing, because I love language. Maybe even more than I love money, because it lets me talk about money. I do like to talk about money. I like to talk in general, as you can tell. In Mandarin Chinese, there are many ways to say worry. It's probably true in a lot of languages. That's probably one of the areas that humans have really thought of, needs to express ourselves of how we worry. But one of the ways in Mandarin is fa chou. And so divided into two parts that means sending concern. And so that is what I'm going to ask you to think about. What are you sending out? I know it's easy and new agey to say think positive, and if affirmations work for you, I'm not going to tell you not to do them. If you wake up in the morning and you say, I am a money magnet, then I would suggest adding a wink. It's very powerful. I will commence demonstrating it in just a moment. You could wake up and say, I'm Olivia, I'm a money magnet. Yeah, because that just alchemizes it even more. It puts more juice in there. So if you want to wake up and these affirmations are working for you, you can pick a number and say, this is what I make this. I'm grateful that I make this amount by December 31st. If that is working for you, I love it. I love it. I love it. If you're a little skeptical, I actually prefer the improv theater concept of yes and. Yes, you are worried, and really acknowledging that and letting yourself feel that in a focused way of saying, where do I feel this and what's the area that I'm worried about? Then you get to add on. You have real reasons to be worried. If you're not crystal clear about what your money is doing, you're worried, and you have good reasons for it. And you are going to figure out exactly what you need to figure out. And you're going to figure out why you're worried, how you're worried. And then you get to continually add on to your money script. You get to add on that you are working towards clarity in your money. You are interested in changing your habits. And that can be a very powerful way to start. So we made it to the end of episode 1. I want to know if there are any questions, but in case people are going to drop off, I want to say congratulations for opening yourself up to a fresh perspective. Sometimes, we deal with money every day, and so it can really start to feel like a rut, or if it doesn't feel like a rut, it can feel like you're staying on the same tracks and nothing is really changing and the tracks aren't curving. So anytime that you've carved out this time to open up a new perspective is something to be congratulated